Welcome everyone, this is Masters Joke, also Masters Joke 75 on Instagram. So this is my top 10 pickups of 2022, and I've got to say it was quite difficult because there's been some really good stuff, not just newly released stuff, but also vintage stuff that I picked up, which I've wanted since forever, but it was very difficult. Obviously, you've seen the thumbnail. I had to include my my Rey Skywalker lightsaber, which it's quite an elegant weapon. It's not as clumsy or as random as a blaster. Yeah, I absolutely love this. But I mean, it's got it in Zavel for like what was it? I think it was like £175 at the beginning of the year. But where does it come in my my top 10? I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. This is, but there was so much to choose from. So let's let's go to my number 10. Right, so at number 10, it's the Genesis of the Daleks set, which Chuffy Futter got me all the way from Norwich. I wasn't too fussed about it when it first came out. I mean, I've never seen it in the shops, full stop. But I wasn't that fussed about it until I got the Davros set, which I got delivered in a carrier bag from B&M. Like, I'm over it now. But yeah, this set is fantastic. But the attention to detail, it's honestly, it's second to none. So that's one of the reasons why it's in my top 10. I mean, as I said, it was so tough because there's been so many good bits and pieces that have been released this year. But yeah, this is my number 10, the Genesis of the Daleks, followed by, in number 9, so I'll keep those guys there, is my actual Davros set from the same story, Genesis of the Daleks. So yeah, and this is what sold it all to me, was the quality of the Davros set. I mean, it was so good, and I thought, the finish was great. I've got to have the Genesis set as well. And then Chuffy Futter saw it. Well, he actually saw it twice, and I said, no, don't worry about it. And then he saw it again, and he got it for me. And yeah, honestly, really, really happy with it. I've only got the Destiny set to get now, but I'm going to pop to B&M. I said I'd do it over Christmas. Obviously, I was ill, so I'm going to pop to B&M at some point in the week. But that's number 10, Genesis of the Daleks, and number 9, the Davros Genesis of the Daleks set from Character Options B&M. So they are, absolutely great. Really, really happy with them. Let's go to number 8. Right, number 8, it's my vintage Darth Vader carry case that I got at the St Ives Toy Fair, and this was a good few months ago. I think there's been a couple of toy fairs since. This is also the toy fair where the guy, one of the sellers, was very rude to me. Check out the video for more details if you want to laugh. But yeah, this I've wanted this all my life since I was a little kid. I've had friends who've had it. I've also attempted to buy one in the past on eBay. This was like 10 years ago, that Royal Mail lost, and it was all before you had insurance and stuff. Never got anything back, and you can't really blame the seller because it did arrive at the house, but there was no one there. So Royal Mail took it somewhere and they lost it. So God knows where that Darth Vader case is. It could be this very one, for all I know. But this was £30. It's in good condition. I've seen some. Well, when I went to the NEC back in, was it November? Or was it October, November time? there was a spot on one. It even had the Empire Strikes Back cardboard inside as well, the inserts, and that was £40. So you can get really good examples, but I'm really happy with this. And yeah, as I say, it's something I've always wanted. And if you follow the channel, you know how much I love Darth Vader. So yeah, this is number 8, and it is vintage. It is old. It's like what, 40 years old. But I absolutely love this. Honestly, this is so hard. This is so difficult. So this so that was from St Ives. So let's go on with number 7, which again is a little bit Darth Vader related. Right, so number 7, it's Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, and I've got to say, because I've got one that's open as well. Check out check out one of my YouTube reviews. I can't remember when it was. It must be a couple of months ago. But this is I've got loads of Darth Vader figures, and this is the best Darth Vader figure that Hasbro have ever produced. Honestly, it blew me away. I didn't think. Well, when it came to the Star Wars figures, up to this point, the Boba Fett Morak figure was my favourite figure. I don't know, one of my favourite vintage collection figures of all time. But this Darth Vader one, I mean, you kind of think, can they improve Darth Vader any more than they have done over the years? Because there's been so many releases, but this figure is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended. Let your eyes be your guide. It's just brilliant. I mean, it's, you know, and the card back is great. And this is why I bought one to keep on card. So, you know, I love the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but I've bought all the Obi-Wan Kenobi figures from the retro collection, because I love the retro collection. But from the actual series itself, I only bought Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, because you've got to think of cost as well and things like that. But I just love the card back on this. I mean, I would have loved to have had Obi-Wan Kenobi in my top 10, because I think that's a great figure as well. But yeah, this is a great figure, and it's still available. So definitely worth picking up if you like Darth Vader, or if you just like the series. But yeah, this is number 7. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Darth Vader in this top 10. But there's also a lot of Doctor Who as well. So yeah, and there's not a lot else really. Oh, it's really, really tough. Really, and I've only been going. My first YouTube video was only in May, so I've not been going for a year yet. So really, really difficult. But yeah, that is number 7. So let's go with number 6. And number 6 is my Darth Vader Super Advanced TIE Fighter. And this is what I picked up from the NEC Toy Fair a few months ago. Really good price. Had been hanging in someone's collection, well, toy room. Still had the wires on there for, I don't know, God knows how long it's been there. Everything works on it. It's got a really clean battery pack. I mean, I didn't know all this when I bought it. I took a gamble, because you are taking a gamble when you're buying any vintage toys. I mean, the stickers are in quite good condition as well. I mean, there's a few issues, but nothing enough for them to be replaced. The only issue it has is that the actual the red light does work, but the noise doesn't. But I'm sure I might be able to fix that. So that might be a little project for me to tinker with for 2023. But this is something that I've always wanted. I did own, you know, I've mentioned it before in the actual video. If you wanna go back and watch my NEC pickups, but yeah, I did own one of these for about a week when I was about, I don't know, very, very young. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic, and it's something I've always wanted. It's in fantastic condition. Really, really pleased with it, and it's Darth Vader's. So yeah, so Darth Vader's Super Advanced TIE Fighter at number 6, and at number 5 it's the vintage TIE Interceptor. And again, I got this from the NEC, from the same seller. and it also had wire on it. So it was, it was from the same collection. Always dreamed about having one of these. It's like one of my holy grails because I love the TIE Fighters, but I never thought I'd ever own one. I mean, I never had one as a kid. I think I was having like a little conversation with Chuffy Futter earlier today, but I mentioned about when Power of the Force 2 came out in the mid-90s, and my first figure was a TIE Fighter pilot, which I got in Woolworths in Enfield Town, and it was because I never had a TIE Fighter pilot back in the day when I used to play on my Star Wars figures. I must have about 10 of the vintage ones now, but I always loved the TIE Fighter and the TIE Fighter pilot. And then because I loved the TIE Fighter pilot so much back in the mid-90s, I then went back to Woolworths and bought the actual TIE Fighter, which was just amazing to get it. I mean, it was like the same mould, but and I've still got it, but it didn't have any stickers. It was like a moulded, pattern on the actual wings. But yeah, I've always loved the Imperial ships and Imperial troopers and stuff. But yeah, for me, this is it's always been one of my holy grails, and I always wanted to get one that was in top quality condition, and this was such a great price as well. And this particular one, again, the battery compartment is clean as anything. I don't think it's ever been played with, and the light and the motor works on this one. So this one is, it's just a great example of a TIE Fighter from the 80s. So yeah, this is my my number 5. But then after this, it gets a little bit Doctor Who top heavy. So let's have a look and see what's at number 4. Right, number 4. So it is getting a bit Doctor Who top heavy here. But yeah, number 4 is the Death to the Daleks set from Character Options and B&M. And this I was able to get this from my local B&M, and this was the one that I really, really wanted the most. The attention to detail on these figures is amazing, and the reason I like it because I love nostalgia. I think that's what does it for me. But I love the Mandalorian machine gun on the Dalek, and I don't know. I suppose it's because I love the episode so much, but Character Options has just done such a fantastic job on these. I've actually got another Death to the Daleks figure, which I'd forgotten. Which I forgot about. I'm sure I'm gonna have to check my. Because I've got to go in the loft. Because I've just taken the tree down. That's what I've been doing today. I took the Christmas tree down, so I've got to get in the loft anyway to put it away. But I'm sure that for Christmas a few years ago, I got a Death to the Daleks talking Dalek from Character Options, because they released a few back in must have been like in 2000 and around like 2010, 2011, maybe 2012, somewhere around that time. So I'm sure that I have got a talking Death to the Daleks figure somewhere. So I'll need to dig that out. But yeah, this was when I heard that this was coming out, I was really excited about it, and Character Options didn't disappoint. It's just a fantastic set, and if you do get a chance to pick it up, definitely get it. I mean, I'm still aware that it is still in some B&Ms. Don't give the scalpers any of your hard-earned cash is my motto. But yeah, it's a great set. I absolutely love it. So this is number 4. But staying on the subject of Doctor Who, number 3 is my TARDIS. So let me get my TARDIS. So when I first found out about the first Doctor electronic TARDIS being released from B&M, totally blew me away. I mean, I've never owned a First Doctor TARDIS. Never saw the last William Hartnell release in my local B&M. To be honest, I never even saw this in my local B&M either. Luckily, B&M had it as an online order, and I was one of the lucky ones who picked. I think I picked it up in the first week it came out. But yeah, it is absolutely amazing. That's why it's so high up in my top 10 list. I mean, even the David Bradley figure is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at the sculpt on there. It's just brilliant. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better set. I mean, the actual Doctor Who sets themselves from B&M and Character Options, because they've got that new 14th Doctor and 13th Doctor set for the 60th anniversary, which is obviously this year, 2023. That's on a pre-order, and I think that's being released later this month. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting times for Doctor Who, and especially for the toys as well. But yeah, this is well up there, because this is just such a brilliant, iconic set, and I'm so glad I was able to get hold of one. And also the price was amazing. I think this was $24.99, and I think it was like £4.50 postage. But yeah, as I say, I never saw this in my local B&M. I am going to pop to B&M in the week, see what they've got in there, because I haven't been in there since before Christmas. But yeah, this is a brilliant set. If you get a chance, definitely pick it up. I did see on the B&M website yesterday that you can again enter your details to be alerted when this TARDIS becomes available online again, which was strange, because I thought it was only available back in the shops again. So definitely keep your eyes on the B&M website, and hope if you are lucky enough to get one, that they don't send it to you in a carrier bag. But I'm over it. Right, but yeah, so that's number 3. So let's go straight into number 2. So at number 2, it was the Planet of the Daleks set, again from B&M and Character Options. So even though the Death to the Daleks set was the one that I was really, really excited about, when I actually finally got this particular set, it just blew me away. I mean, I never got the original Supreme Dalek when it was released back in the noughties. I think it was in Forbidden Planet, and I never got a chance to get the invisible Dalek from Planet of the Daleks either. I think that was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I remember seeing it in the store, but and I think it was like $19.99. But yeah, back in the noughties, money was tight, so I couldn't. I did buy a couple of those figures. I think I got the Paul McGann one, but yeah, money was tight back then. So and I think it came out at Christmas as well, or around the was it the 50th anniversary? I can't remember. I really can't remember. But when I opened this set, honestly, it blew me away. And one of the things with the translucent Dalek, and a few people have asked me about it, is how I light my one up. So you can't really see it that well on camera because it is translucent. But I've got one of these these are like little light up display boxes, and this one's designed for crystal. So it's got different settings on there, so you can just keep it on all the time, or you can have it flashing and things like that. And I mean, I've had this a while. This was my mum's one that she used to use for her Irish crystal. She had an Irish crystal harp that she used to have on top of it, and I thought, oh, that will come in handy. So yeah, that's what I use. So you can buy these on Amazon. I mean, depends how good a quality you want it, but you can get them on Amazon. Yeah, I think they range from like £6 to £25. But yeah, definitely worth picking one of those up if you want to display your Dalek. But I think it's really good. But that has also added to the fact why it should be higher than the Death to the Dalek set, because this translucent figure, it's just amazing. Really happy with this, and the finish of the Supreme Dalek is just, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So again, if you get a chance to get one of these, definitely pick it up. It's just been a great year for Doctor Who figures and toys. But yeah, so that is number 2. So so it must be obvious what number 1 is, which was also my first ever YouTube video back in May. But let me just get that. So yeah, so you know, no prizes for guessing. You've seen the thumbnail. You've seen the first YouTube video. So yeah, my number 1 pickup of 2022 is the Rey Skywalker lightsaber. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, I just absolutely love it. I know Rise of Skywalker does have its knockers and haters, but I like it. You know, it don't make any sense. We all know that, but I like it. I really do like the Rise of Skywalker. And I think I got this in Savvy. What was it? I think it was like £175 in the sale. But I mean, I've said all this before on the actual review video, but I planned to buy this when I went to Florida in 2019. No, sorry, 2020. I was due to go to Florida on the 31st of March, and then the whole world ended, so I didn't get going. And I'd planned to buy this from Galaxy's Edge, the Disney Legacy Rey Skywalker lightsaber. So I really wanted this one, and then everything went wrong, and I never got going. And then Hasbro, like Black Series, they brought their own version out, and I've got to say, well, I've only looked at reviews, but this Hasbro one is far superior. It's so heavy, the detail, the way you turn it, you know, you turn it on the same way that Rey Skywalker turns her on. Even the little detail in the light, you know, exactly the same as the movie. So yeah, absolutely love this, and the weathering on it as well. Honestly, it's just a great lightsaber. I don't know why I like it so much, but I'd love to get the Ben Kenobi one, and then the Luke Skywalker one, and then probably the Darth Vader. But you get a display stand with it and everything. I think it's great. I mean, let your eyes be your guide. It is just a fantastic toy, and it's my number 1. Definitely, and I really hope they bring Rey Skywalker back. But I'd like to see Dark Rey. I'd like to see some kind of I don't know, some kind of dimensional alternative reality with Ahsoka involved, and Rey Skywalker, or maybe Dark Rey. I don't know, but there's loads of potential there. But this is my my number 1 pickup of 2022. And I've already started on 2023. So what was it? I went to I've mentioned this on Instagram already, but I went to where was it? I went to Milton Keynes. They had these Superpowers figures. Now I've seen them advertised. They're by McFarlane, and I like McFarlane, so I've got a McFarlane Riddler figure from the Batman movie, and I think I bought him in Smith's Toys as well. He was only like £6 or something. And I've got my Batman 66 figures, which again, that was tough, because I sort of felt they should have been in the top 10, but you know, there was just so much to choose from. But yeah, this Superman figure, proper retro, massive box, lovely hard card back, £10. And I just thought it looked great. I mean, I've seen these before, And they weren't expensive anyway, but I think it's the retro packaging. So I've bought this not to open, but I used to have. Well, Superman's my favourite. He's my favourite superhero of all time, followed by Batman and Hulk. But I used to have, back in the 80s, I used to have Superman wallpaper, and I'm telling you, this image here was on my wallpaper. So it kind of, and I told you I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so it totally took me back. So they had, so from this superpower set, they had the Flash as well, and also they had the Batman as well. And I wasn't sure about the Batman because he didn't look classic enough for my liking. But I've since seen someone open the Batman on Instagram, and he looks really good. So I might, maybe I'll go back. But yeah, I've definitely bought this Superman figure to put up in the toy room because it reminds me of my bedroom back in the 80s. But yeah, £10. Let your eyes be your guide. Fantastic price. Definitely worth picking up, and it's a really, really good looking figure. Now, I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's a really good, like, proper retro, and it just shows you. I mean, if they can do this for I think the retail price is like £12.99, but if they can do this for £12.99 or even £10, I think it's £10.40 in the Entertainer as well. They've got it in the sale, and there's also some vehicles as well, like the old Corgi ones from back in the 80s. Oh, here they are on the back here. Look, there's the Batwing, like the 1989 one. Let me just get that in focus. And the Supermobile, which is very, very similar to the Corgi release. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so I've got a feeling this will probably be in my top 10 for 2023. But that's another time, another video. That's 12 months away. But that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Join me in the next one, which will be hopefully later this week. I'll see you then.